Chapter 3. Asking the Right Way. Angela Ruiz called Ethan on a Thursday morning. Her voice was tight. "We have a situation," she said. Ethan was in New York, standing in the corridor outside a partner meeting where he was supposed to present an update on the innovation pipeline. He stepped into a quiet alcove. He could hear the claims floor behind her. 50 conversations at once. Adjusters negotiating, explaining, apologizing. What kind of situation? The system crashed. "No," Angela said. "It's working. That's the problem. We have 2 adjusters. They both processed a denial for a water damage claim. Standard policy exclusion. Same clause." "Okay," Ethan said, checking his watch. And the system gave them 2 completely different answers. "Different how?" Ethan said. "Phrasing?" "Different meaning," Angela said. One customer got a letter explaining the exclusion and offering an appeal path within 30 days. The other got a letter that was softer. It apologized for the inconvenience and didn't mention the appeal deadline at all. "Stop using it," Ethan said immediately. "Pull the access." "I tried," Angela said. "But the team likes it. They're sharing logins. And Michael Tran just walked onto the floor with a printout." Ethan cursed under his breath. "I'm on the next flight." By the time Ethan reached Chicago, the mood on the claims floor had shifted from productive chaos to defensive silence. Angela had pulled together a war room in a glass-walled office overlooking the floor. Inside were 2 adjusters, Marcus, a veteran with 10 years of experience, and Rachel, a new hire fresh out of training. And standing at the whiteboard was Michael Tran. Michael was Titan Shield's head of compliance. He was a man who viewed ambiguity as a personal insult. He wore rimless glasses and a pressed suit. "Walk me through it," Michael said, not looking at Ethan as he entered. Marcus sat forward. He looked annoyed. "I typed in, draft a denial for claim number 4092 based on clause 4A. That's it. It gave me the letter. Standard tone, professional." Rachel looked nervous. "I didn't know the clause number off the top of my head, so I typed, tell the customer we can't pay for the water damage because it's groundwater, not a burst pipe. Be nice about it." Michael turned to the whiteboard and wrote, Input A, draft a denial, and Input B, be nice about it. "The model," Michael said, turning to Ethan, interpreted be nice as waive the procedural warnings. It prioritized tone over compliance. "It's a language model," Ethan said, putting his bag down. "It predicts the next word based on the context you give it. Rachel gave it a context of empathy. Marcus gave it a context of procedure. So, the output depends on the mood of the adjuster," Michael said, his voice flat. "It depends on whether they had coffee. It depends on whether they type, please." "It depends on the prompt," Ethan corrected. "And there's a deeper problem. The model doesn't push back. If the prompt leans toward denial, it builds a case for denial. If it leans toward approval, it builds a case for approval. It's not evaluating the claim. It's agreeing with whoever is typing." "That is not a feature," Michael snapped. "We are a regulated entity. We cannot have a lottery for liability. If 2 customers have the same claim, they must get the same explanation. If they don't, the Department of Insurance will fine us until we bleed." Rachel looked at the table. "I thought it would sound better that way." "Being human is fine," Michael said. "Being legally exposed is not." He turned to Angela. "Shut it down. No one uses the tool until you can guarantee me that the same facts yield the same output. Every single time." Angela looked at Ethan. "Can we guarantee that?" Ethan looked at the whiteboard. "Not if we let them type whatever they want." That night, Ethan sat in his hotel room with Lena on video call. She looked like she was in a server room. The background was a hum of cooling fans and blinking lights. "They want determinism," Ethan said. "They want a stochastic model to act like a database." "They want safety," Lena said, drinking a Red Bull. "And they're right. We gave them a blank text box. That's a loaded gun." "So we take the gun away?" "No," Lena said. "We put a safety on it. We stop letting them freestyle. We build a prompt library." "A script," Ethan said. "A template," Lena corrected. "We don't let them type the prompt. We give them fields: claim type, denial reason, policy clause, tone, professional, default. They fill out the form. We construct the prompt on the back end. We control the instructions. We control the few-shot examples. They just provide the variables." "It turns a conversation into a form," Ethan said, rubbing his eyes. "The adjusters are going to hate it. Rachel liked it because she could talk to it." "Rachel isn't the client," Lena said. "Michael Tran is." They spent the next 3 days building it. Lena wrote the back-end logic, a system prompt that was 3 pages long, detailing every rule, every constraint, every "do not say this" instruction. It still relied on the model's internal knowledge to fill in the gaps. Then they built the front end. A rigid gray intake form with drop-down menus and mandatory fields. No free text. No "be nice." Just data entry. Ethan presented it to Michael on Monday. Michael clicked through the drop-downs. Water damage. Groundwater exclusion. Clause 4. A. Standard denial. He hit generate. The draft appeared. It was precise. It cited the appeal window. It used the approved terminology. Michael hit generate again. The draft appeared again, almost identical. "Better," Michael said. "It's boring, but it's safe." "Can we deploy?" Angela asked. "Deploy," Michael said. "But if anyone finds a way to bypass the form, I want their login revoked." The deployment did not go as smoothly as the demo. "It's like filling out tax forms," Marcus complained 2 days later. "I used to just ask it. Now I have to click 6 times before I get a draft." "It's slower," Angela said in the hallway. "The thrill is gone. Before, it felt like magic. Now it feels like software." "Compliance is boring," Ethan said. "That's the price of admission." Raj called Ethan from the Swift Current side on a Friday afternoon. "We have a problem." "Swift Current hates waiting," Ethan guessed. "Swift Current hates whatever this is," Raj said. "I walked Paul Jensen through what we built for Titan Shield on a status call this morning. He hates it. He says his team used a pilot version last month that answered customer exceptions in seconds. Now, we're asking them to fill out a form and wait for review?" "Titan Shield needed the controls," Ethan said. "Swift Current isn't Titan Shield," Raj said. "They don't have a Michael Tran. They have customers leaving because their shipments are late. Paul wants the chat interface back. He wants the magic button." "The magic button hallucinates," Ethan said. "Paul doesn't care," Raj said. "He says, 'I'll take the risk. Just give me the speed.' He's threatening to cancel the pilot and go to a vendor who doesn't nanny him." Ethan closed his eyes. "Tell him we're optimizing the form. Tell him we'll add shortcuts. But don't give him the raw chat back. If SwiftCurrent sends a hallucinated promise to a customer, it's not just a fine. It's a breach of contract." "He's going to walk," Raj warned. "Let him walk," Ethan said, surprising himself. "Better he walks now than sues us later." That night, Ethan stared at the latest version of their intake form. Everything had been approved. Everything had been controlled. The prompt was a work of art. It was also, unmistakably, a Band-Aid. They had solved the variance problem. Two adjusters with the same claim would now get the same output. But they had solved it by stripping the humanity out of the interface, replacing a conversation with a form. Somewhere out there, Apex was probably shipping a tool that hallucinated wildly. But North Star was shipping a tool that was boring, rigid, and controlled. Whether that was enough depended on what the tool was reading, and nobody had asked that question yet. Continue the full audiobook at the2project.com.